Alrighty, it's 17:30. I'd like to call to order the Katuitt Fire District Board of Fire Commissioners meeting of March 12th, 2024 at 17:30. Present, Commissioner Conley,
Commissioner Zace,
Commissioner Pisano.
Commissioner Pagano,
Deputy Clerk,
Deputy Clerk, and
Chief Brown remote.
Chief Brown remote. Thank you all. I know we are recording. Do we have anybody else recording this meeting? Okay. Deputy, do we have any public comment?
there is none.
No public comment, no emails, no anything?
Nope.
Okay, anybody have anything that we haven't registered yet? Nope, all good. Okay, review of approval of previous minutes. Did you have a chance, commissioners, to take a look at the minutes? Commissioner Pisano,
I did,
any issues?
yes.
Yes?
I'm scrolling down in the text now to read the line. It's in regard to the grants. Switch screens. The grant application, here it is. No, it's, anyhow, can't find the line. The grant application for, here it is. Katuitt Fire Department currently working on a FEMA grant for replacement of engine 263. Captain Amento is assisting in preparing. And then in the next line, it says, Katuitt Fire Department applied last year and was successful in receiving it. And I think that's supposed to be unsuccessful.
Good catch. Okay, Deputy, do you have that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, other than that, any other concerns?
No, otherwise it was fine by me.
Okay, Commissioner Zace?
I had that same thing, but good catch for it. Yeah, I read it. It's fine.
Okay.
Other than that,
So do we want to have a motion as amended?
move to accept the minutes as amended.
Second,
All those in favor?
Commissioner Zace.
Pisano,
And Commissioner Conley. So that's unanimous. That is passed. Thank you, gentlemen. Deputy, thank you. Let's see, we're going to do the chief's report and have the deputy run that this evening, correct?
Correct.
And it's all yours, deputy.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. For responses for the month of February, we had a total of 70 responses, 2 fires, 34 rescue and EMS, 5 hazardous conditions, 4 community risk reduction, 10 reassurance program calls, 4 service calls, 4 good intent calls, 2 false alarms, 5 severe weather responses. 11% of our calls in the month of February were overlapping. We provided 0 mutual aid to our partners, neighbors, and received mutual aid 4 times in the month of February. Questions on responses?
No, I'm curious, I don't know real question. I'm curious. Do we know who mutual aid came from?
We do. So we had 2 fires in the month of February. One was an electrical fire on Osprey Drive, and one was a vehicle fire. And we received mutual aid for both of those from Mashpee and Centerville.
Okay,
And then 2 EMS calls, we received mutual aid from Centerville Fire.
okay.
Any other questions?
All right, I do not. Commissioner Zace?
No, I just a quick, on the incident summary, which is nice, we get the mutual aid given for the month and then year to date as well, so it still appears that we get more than we give. I mean, and that's not a complaint, it's just an observation.
Yeah, I think if you look over a bigger sample size, it's almost 50-50. We ended last year. Right?
Yeah, this is only, really. When did you, this was for February, so it was only 2 months.
Commissioner Pisano, any comments, questions?
no, fine with it.
All good there, thank you.
All right, on to administration. We submitted a FEMA Assistance for Firefighters grant application for $800,000 for replacement of engine 263, which is currently 30 years old. Captain Amento assisted us with preparing this grant and submitting it. We also finalized and submitted the FEMA AFG grant for $33,000 to fund the purchase of a Lucas CPR device for ambulance 275. EMS Officer Staggs assisted us with preparing and submitting that grant. Our fiscal year 25 budget has been submitted to the treasurer's office. And during February, I attended the Fire Chiefs Association of Massachusetts Professional Development Conference out in Worcester. Questions on administration?
I have some questions.
Gentlemen, yep.
So have these grants been things that we have actually applied for in the past, in the sense that they're, yeah, it was a long time ago, perhaps for buying or for the hoses and everything, but have we had any experience specifically with these specific grants?
Yes, we applied for the same FEMA grant last year to replace the engine and were unsuccessful in that. Other than that, I don't believe we've had applied for the federal level grants in the past.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, is that-
And when we reviewed our past grant for the engine, it was, we got the advice for that the 30-year mark is the mark for the fire engines, and that's when the federal government starts looking at awarding grants for that.
I see.
So we hit the 30-year mark this year, and hopefully we'll have more success.
Okay.
Commissioner Pisano?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. The only question I have with regards to the AFG grant, what's the timeline? When typically does a decision come out on those?
Chief, I don't know if you have the answer for that.
It took, I want to say close to 10 months before we heard back on our turn down. So yeah, it could be up to 10 months, I would say, potentially.
Okay, and how about the CPT grant for the, the AFG grant for the Lucas? How long till we hear on that one?
Same time frame.
Same timeframe?
Yep. It's the
Thank you
same.
very much. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Deputy?
Under technology, I have nothing new to report for the month of February. Under personnel, we had personnel respond to the home of one of our reassurance program participants who did not respond to the daily call-in program. We had off-duty personnel go out to his home to check his well-being, where it was found that he was having a medical emergency. We called our mutual aid partners from Centerville Fire. We transported him to the hospital. We've spoken with him, his family, and it's, we believe it's very likely that without the reassurance program, he may have not have survived this medical event. At the time, we had an EMS incident going on at the time. Did somebody off duty respond to his home? Maybe it's that second incident.
Okay, I think it's obviously the program's paying off. Gentlemen, any questions here?
No, other than just, wow, this is, not that you wish this, but what an amazing validation, if you will, of the entire program. And certainly anything that anybody that was involved should be commended in the highest ways that we can commend them, whether it's letters or, whatever, ceremonies, etc.
Yeah, firefighter Lee and firefighter Garner are the ones that have put this program together.
No, I know that, yeah.
Put many hours into that program. I think Brian was working that day. And we can do that.
Yep.
And then also we received.
Hold on one second. Commissioner Pizzano, anything else? Anything on that one? You good there?
I would just second Adam's remarks. I
Okay.
think it's proving itself very quickly as a valuable asset to the community, and I'm really pleased to see the department doing it.
And then as far as that program, we expect to hear from the Commonwealth on the grant that we'd applied for and help with that program. And we were told end of the week this week, we should hear whether or not we've gotten that grant as well.
Okay. Great.
And then under personnel, the only other thing, we have a thank you note that we've shared with the commissioners in file, from a reassurance program participant, just thanking us for what we've done for her. As far as, I think she received smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors.
The only question I have is how are the donuts?
There you go.
They were good.
Okay. Great news great news. I'm glad the program's obviously working the way it's intended to work. So that's fantastic. Kudos to everybody involved there. I am curious about one thing with regards to the positioning of this particular information. It's under personnel. It would seem to me that it should be really, personnel is typically dedicated to conversation about employees or the house itself. How come we chose to put the reassurance program under personnel versus under responses?
Yeah, that
I think go ahead, Chief.
I'll take that one, Deb, because I threw that in there, and I put it under personnel largely because yes, it was a response, but I think I'll speak up for the deputy here. Very proud of of our personnel for this program, particularly Brian and Christian for bringing it to us, and then for how it's been embraced and supported by everybody in the organization. So, yes, it was an incident, it was a response, but, you know, I wanted a little bit deeper dive into also recognizing the personnel for, what they did to make this all happen.
Okay, I wasn't not questioning the program, obviously. I'm just curious to the positioning, so.
Chairman? I have
Yeah,
a-
that's why. Yeah, because it wanted extra recognition for the folks that were responsible.
Gotcha. Commissioner Zace?
I was going to say, Chairman, that maybe it rises to the same level of, if you will, of the headings of these other things, and perhaps instead of being buried in responses or in personnel, the program itself could have that heading and the responses thereof and so forth. And anything like this, for example, could, like you've got responses, administration, technology, maybe that program is at that level. Just,
Okay.
I mean, and
Yeah,
like in technology, there's nothing new to report. There may not be anything new to report at a particular meeting, but it seems to me that calling it out is a good idea.
sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nice idea, and I'll defer to the chief and the deputy if they want to put those the separate line item. I think that makes some sense.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, you good, gentlemen? Mr. Pisano, Commissioner, you good?
Yes,
Okay.
Under apparatus and equipment, seasonal preparation for Marine 266 started today. Captain McNamara is on duty. He's gone down, did some work on the boat. There was some things I'm not exactly sure with the trailer. He had some trouble hooking the trailer up, but he's working on it, and we expect to have the boat back on the property by the end of the week.
Excellent. Thank you.
I have a question. Or
Yes,
just
sir.
an observation. Happily, it doesn't appear that there's anything broken right now, based on the
All of our
the
operations.
entries under that. So that's exciting.
Yes.
Okay.
That's bad luck.
So, touch
I-
wood, somebody.
I
touch
also
wood.
have a question under apparatus.
Go ahead, Rick, Commissioner.
Do we have any further feedback about the timeline for the new ambulance?
Great question.
Spoke with them today and no new information.
So we're still looking at end of 24?
Yes, that's the expected delivery.
Calendar year 24, we're talking.
Yes.
I just, a comment on that. I personally would be extremely surprised if we see that thing at the end of 24. I would hope that, hope I'm wrong. But I want to make sure we set some expectations here.
Yeah. So into next year.
Personal
At a
opinion.
minimum, the end of this year,
Yeah.
at the earliest. Yes.
Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? You good? Okay, facilities, deputy.
We, from our standpoint, we have nothing to report on facilities. for next
Excellent.
year.
Okay.
Unless there's
Mr.
further
Chairman,
questions.
Yes, Commissioner Passato.
under facilities, do we have any more feedback from the architectural group about progress at their study for a new station?
So I'm going to defer that to subcommittee reports, which is next. I would just, it's
Ah.
literally next, but we should probably keep it under that one. Just want to close off the
Fine.
chief's report. If that's okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, gentlemen, any further conversation
I
for the
was-
chief and the deputy?
Was going to ask that same question because, oh, gee, I got it down, but it's now. I believe at the last meeting, we were talking about potentially having, you would getting something back maybe at the end of last month. Okay, so you're gonna put that under,
So that's under subcommittee report. So with regards to that, we did meet with Catalyst. And I apologize, I think it was last week, gentlemen, last week sometime, we met with Catalyst. Catalyst did provide 3 different, plans
okay,
for the firehouse. The deputy and, you know, everybody's taking a look at them. I think you're socializing them with some of the members of this team, right?
yes,
And we have a follow-on meeting with Catalyst scheduled for, what is it, next week, I think,
I believe it's Monday,
Monday,
I believe.
to review what our thoughts are. And I defer to these gentlemen, obviously, what our thoughts are on changes or which plan looks the best or what changes we might want to consider. In addition to that, we have contracted with Cape and Islands Engineering. I delivered a retainer to them on Friday of last week. In order to confirm that we can merge the lots, we need to have Cape and Island have an engineering company come out and a site survey of both lots so that we can present that along with a high-level drawing to the town to get permission to do that, to do the joining of the lots. So that's in process as well. I would tell you, I'll say it to everybody here, I am concerned, I have some concerns as we're moving forward. Whether the structure of the current building is going to be able to handle what we're looking to do. So as we go along this path, there's going to have to be some serious conversation with the structural engineer, which I guess is an obvious statement. But a structural engineer to make sure that, you know, obviously building new, no concern with that or what that foundation footing would look like. But we just want to make sure that as we're, you know, moving over and making the corrections, that we have a good foundation to last us. So just kind of be aware that that's something that's in the back of our minds as we're moving forward. With that, Chief, I'll defer to you first. Do you have any other comments you want to make with regards to the plans, catalyst, or anything of the above?
No, not at this time. I do have one question, though, sir, and the majority of the facilities right now is focusing on this project. Is it your preference that we keep it in the subcommittee reports, or would you like some synopsis in the chief's report? Just I've been leaving it mostly for your report, but just however the board would like me to capture that in my report or not.
Yeah, so from my perspective, I think it still belongs in the subcommittee report. You know, I'm not hung up either way, but it just kind of makes some sense that it stays there. I mean, not gonna lose sleep either way if somebody has.
Okay.
I think at this point, I'm not gonna lose sleep either, but I think we're getting close to the point where it's gonna maybe be something we discussed entirely. Sorry. As a board.
Right, so we can discuss.
But I don't think it's today.
Right, and that's fine, we can discuss anything and everything in entirety, it's just a matter of it doesn't, where it is on the report. It just seems to me it's something we're spinning off that's a little bit different, so I've always thought it would be a separate conversation. Either way,
Could it be, so you, in the old business, under old business, is how you're categorizing it as a subcommittee report?
that's where it is right now.
Yeah.
We can move it, yeah. Okay, Commissioner Pisano, any thoughts on that? Are you good for now?
I'm basically good. Has Catalyst in its initial presentations to your subcommittee given you any rough parameters of cost projections?
Not at this time.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they did at this early state, but I was just curious.
Yeah,
Otherwise, keep up the good work.
thank you. Anything else?
I have nothing else.
Okay, with that, are there any other subcommittee reports that are outstanding at this point?
The bylaws committee is scheduled to hold a meeting tomorrow night There is not, there is no agenda other than establishing whether or not members of the committee, subcommittee feel like there is something that we should address. In other words, setting a future agenda for work. And clear that there might even be anything. But we're holding our first meeting tomorrow night, so I'll tell you all about it in April.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing to report on the policy advisory committee. The chair of that committee, Seth Burdick, as you can imagine, his plate is pretty full. So there, we haven't had any kind of conversation about how to potentially recast the committee's chairmanship, et cetera.
Good.
So
So
nothing.
nothing to report at this time. All right. Very good. Any new business? Okay,
I have one thing. So, chief and deputy, I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring again. If you need help getting things like videos onto the website, I am here to help. It's, last meeting's video is still not there. Just, you guys have your hands full providing public safety for the district. Just ask me to help and I'll get it done for you.
so with regards to that, thank you for volunteering there, Commissioner. With regards to that, I had a very nice conversation with a member of the district this week, talking about how we post our meetings, where we post our meetings, and how quickly we're able to post meetings and get them to the Katuitt homepage, so to speak. So we can, be showing on the Katuitt homepage, right, that we're doing a posting of change of the meeting or the scheduling of the meeting, as well as, as we send it out, as the chief sends it out to the town of Barnstable to get it posted. So the request was that we could be a little bit more timely with regards to the posting of that to the Katuitt site. I understand that you have some expertise in that space. Is that the case?
Yeah, I used to do it years ago.
Okay.
For us. And it's, all I'm doing is volunteer. If you need the bandwidth to help, I can do it.
Okay, so I think if it's, I'm gonna speak for the chief. I'm gonna ask you to, get involved a little bit, maybe to help out with some of the posting to the website. That way we can make sure that when something gets posted up to the town, that maybe if it's a change or a new meeting, that we're able to get it a little bit quicker because we have limited resources to know how to leverage that particular website.
Yeah, and as it relates to things like videos, they're just files that are a little more complicated, but text updates pretty simple.
Okay.
It's still a matter of, hey, you guys are doing your thing, not that. Just tap me if you want.
Okay, so we appreciate that. I think frankly, I think there's a larger conversation when it comes to the website itself that I don't believe the fire department can answer. I think there's gonna have to be a prudential committee conversation on changing the website in total. We have to deal with what we have. So we do appreciate you volunteering. If I could I ask you to reach out to that village resident?
Yep.
Let her know. So if you would contact Carol Zace,
I
I
will.
would appreciate that. Do you have her number?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, we appreciate you volunteering. Thank you very much. Carol, if you're listening to this, thank you. Yes, Chief, did you have something?
Yeah, I just want to thank Commissioner Zace for that offer. And if you'd like, so generally these videos go up on Zoom, on the YouTube channel. So the district has that YouTube channel, and it's generally up there within 24 hours. And you can feel free to grab that and put it on the website if you're willing. And then as soon as these minutes are approved, I already went in and made the edit as amended and voted on to the last month's minutes. So it's already in that folder of yours. So you can grab that the moment it's approved and put it on the district website if you'd like. So if you're willing, we'll be more than happy to take that offer.
Okay, so not for right now, but I'll get with you and the deputy at some point later. We'll talk about what's the most effective and efficient workflow for that. I have some thoughts, but we'll do that offline.
Sure, very good. Thank you. I appreciate it again.
Okay, again, thank you. Sure, appreciate it. All right, anything else? Any other new business?
No.
Okay, do we have any comments or any emails, anything come in, Deputy?
No email to me, no chats, nothing to chat.
Okay, with that, if we have no other, public comments, no other chats, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Move that we adjourn?
In favor?
Aye.
Zace? Aye.
Aye, Zace, Conley, Pisano, Conley.
Okay.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a great
Thank you,
evening.
fellas.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Sure.